There are two functions in DAX that you can use to perform a join between two tables. They are NATURALLEFTOUTERJOIN and NATURALINNERJOIN. Two functions receive as input two tables, and then they perform a join with corresponding columns. By corresponding columns, we mean columns that need to have the same name in both tables. Whenever you use NATURALLEFTOUTERJOIN or NATURALINNERJOIN, you also need to pay attention to the data lineage, because in order to perform the join, the columns, the corresponding columns, need to have either the same lineage, if the columns are coming from the model, or no lineage, that is, they are columns created on the fly inside your query. Let's look at that with an example. Here I'm first creating a variable stores by country. Stores by country contains only three countries that I chose, which are Armenia, Australia, and Denmark, and they are store country region, so the country region column in the store table. And I'm grouping by country and computing the number of store. The result is here. You see we have Armenia, Australia, and Denmark with the number of stores. Then in the second variable, customer by country, I perform a very similar calculation, but instead of retrieving the number of store, I retrieve the number of customers, and the table is of type customer country region. The result contains only Armenia and Australia. Denmark is not present in the customer table. Finally, I use NATURALLEFTOUTERJOIN. First, store by country, customer by country. Let's remember, stores by country contains 3 rows, and customer by country contains only 2 rows. They both contain a column named country, which is has the same name in both tables. So NATURALLEFTOUTERJOIN will perform the join of the two tables together, and the result is Australia, Denmark. So only one column for country, because that is the corresponding column that is present only once in the resulting table. And then the columns, the remaining columns from both tables, the number of stores and the number of customers. NATURALLEFTOUTERJOIN performs a left outer join. So Denmark, that is present in stores and not in customer, is present with a blank for the columns coming from the customer. If you exchange the order, so you use customer by country first and store by country next, the result is different, because now customer by country contains only Armenia and Australia. Therefore, the row with Denmark not being present on the second table is not inserted inside the result. You can obtain a similar result instead of using NATURALLEFTOUTERJOIN by using NATURALINNERJOIN. Using NATURALINNERJOIN, you obtain only the rows that have a match with the corresponding columns. So in this last example, I'm using stores by country, that is the table containing 3 rows, customer by country containing 2 rows, but because for Denmark there will be no match, the result of NATURALINNERJOIN stores customer contains only 2 rows. As I said at the beginning, you need to pay attention to the data lineage. If you look here, for both the column country, which is coming from store country region, or customer country region, I use the ampersand and then an empty string. The reason why I did that is because I needed to break the lineage. If the column maintained the old lineage, that is the country region, the store country region, or the customer country region, both NATURALLEFTOUTERJOIN and NATURALINNERJOIN would fail, because the columns do not have the same lineage. We can check it. If I remove this, now the country in the stores by country variable has the lineage of a store country region, and if I try to run the query, I obtain an error. The error says that the join could not happen because the columns in the different tables, they share the same name, but they have a different lineage.